It is great to have you back here at Coin Lady channel. You guys need to hear this from a popular target analyst. They predict that XRP could easily go 46 times higher from where it is now, which would put it at $23. I'll tell you his viewpoint precisely, but he feels it's fair. Assume it has the potential to go much higher than that throughout this market cycle. On your screen, you can see a headline from Forbes that says, "Shocked leak reveals China could be about to blow up the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and, drumroll, please, XRP." We also have more headlines that I think you'll like. Additionally, you have this to show for today. Chris's crypto investment product inflows, and XRP's price explodes 300%. Last but not least, this one is from the Crypto Basic XRP users who want to make money on the XRP ledger directly when Ripple launches its native lending protocol. I haven't had the opportunity to discuss this story, even since it broke a few days ago. I spoke about it briefly near the end of the video, but I want to make sure you're up to speed first. There has been a plenty of activity recently, what with the wild price swings. I simply make that a top priority. However, I would like to address this matter. Why? Because it's just one more way XRP can be in business for the long haul. Since the markets have been yelling at us for more than 10 years, this will only make the XRP ledger and the market more useful. Given XRP's current characteristics, we think it's a good fit here. With the automated market maker and all that, it has only been growing better. Developer activity has been on the rise for over 5 years, and everything else is following suit, so it's clear that this is the most important indicator to consider. There must be some rationale behind the market's shrill cries for help, right? Hey, we believe it's a good fit for you. For the better part of a decade, that's why XRP's market capitalization has kept it firmly planted among the top 10 cryptocurrencies. You may compare it to the XRP/BTC pair, which I'll cover in this video. That's exciting to me because, sometimes people just don't know what they're talking about. Either they're intentionally misleading you, or they have no idea what it means when XRP looks awful priced against Bitcoin. In any case, this has always meant that XRP is ready to experience some major pyrotechnics. Anyway, I just want to clarify something before we continue. I come from absolutely no financial background. No matter what I say, you shouldn't buy or sell anything. I'm not a financial advisor. For fun and as a pastime, I create YouTube videos about cryptocurrency and related subjects. I'm just an enthusiast. Once again, the headline is based on a stunning leak from Forbes, which suggests that China may soon cause a huge increase in the price of Bitcoin. XRP fears that the crisis in the Middle East could escalate into a global war caused Bitcoin's price to plummet, but the cryptocurrency has since recovered. Just stop what you're doing. Visiting had to be a last resort. The first one, didn't it happen on Friday? Surely I'm not tripping. The first one, which occurred on a Friday, was completely unrelated to it. On the other hand, was I hallucinating? Either way, the first day of the crash is irrelevant. On day 2, following a small upswing, we received the news and the market promptly crashed. There was a correlation there. I was simply trying to clarify that for myself, so I guess you're right. Whatever the case may be, after falling close to $60,000, Bitcoin prices surged to almost $66,000 per Bitcoin. Predictions of a sudden catastrophic collapse of the US dollar have accelerated the price of Bitcoin in recent months, thanks in large part to a slew of new exchange-traded funds, ETFs, based on spot Bitcoin on Wall Street. Immediately following a severe inflation warning from a senior Federal Reserve official, the Securities and Futures Commission, along with other major Hong Kong financial institutions, seem to have leaked the information. Their requests to become ETFs for spot Bitcoin and Ethereum were both approved by the SFC. Ethereum and Bitcoin ETFs can now be spot traded through China Asset Management VA's Era Capital and Harvest Global. According to CoinDesk, the financial giant's social media posts have been erased, and the SFC has not made any notification about Hong Kong. In the past, we've seen market cycles where China banned Bitcoin for various reasons and had a negative reaction. It was probably a few months before I dove headfirst into the cryptocurrency market in 2017, but I do recall what happened. In addition, I was trying to get up to speed on the latest developments in crypto and the meaning of the term during the past few months and years. Even though it happened during a bull market, I still remember that news and the damage it caused to the market. China went Bitcoin crazy. Thus, the latest updates Bitcoin adoption is a no-brainer. It was never going to have any real impact. You're essentially a sovereign nation that can decide for itself whether or not to participate. No matter what happens, it will persist and grow in significance. Thus, it was meaningless in that regard, but I can see why he is reporting the way he is. Because how were the flows received by the institute? What matters most are the inflow into Bitcoin caused by these investment vehicles. Consequently, I believe that the short-term significance of ETFs in the US has been exaggerated, despite the fact that they have certainly surpassed expectations thus far. But in the grand scheme of things, their significance is likely to be underappreciated. So, that's great news if China is going to join in. In the near run, I can't say what it will accomplish, but it's definitely not terrible. Additionally, Michael Gyud, I am not aware with this poster's identity. Bitcoin is not risky, but gold is. Wow, I totally get it. You might just as easily use crypto if you're referring to Bitcoin specifically, but it would be accurate for any cryptocurrency. Crypto, like all stocks, is vulnerable to the possibility that it will be mistreated. This is why, whenever things are unclear, Max likes to act as if there is some malevolent force behind the story they're telling about Bitcoin. That is simply not accurate. Bitcoin, however, is the most difficult currency in circulation, my friend. Just shut up and realize that what you're saying has no bearing on the problem. No matter what you think of the market's rejection of it, it will still travel in the same direction as stock prices. People see it as risky, therefore that's why it is. Consequently, it doesn't matter if our gains are consistently outpacing those of other asset classes in the long run. Very well, yet the problem remains, the real and perceived danger remains. However, will that continue to be the case? I still have my doubts. In addition, the following post, shared by Willy Woo, a prominent crypto analyst with over 1.1 million followers on X, is correct, in my opinion. His work is entirely accurate. Just like any other exponential technological deployment, Bitcoin is risky. The worst part is that it will trade risk off its current trajectory in 5 years when it overtakes gold in terms of market cap. Taking no risks will not lead to financial success, alas. Yes, that is accurate. Thus, the only item about which I am somewhat uncertain is the schedule. The rest of it, I agree with. I won't pretend to know the timeframe, so I can't say whether he's accurate or not. This is likewise the case with XRP. Almost no one on Earth has ever held a cryptocurrency, only about 4% or 5% of the population has ever done so, so we're lucky to be in the early days of crypto adoption, which might last another decade or more. That's all there is to it. Thus, hardly anybody. At the party you arrive early, then. You have my best congratulations. The chance to amass fortune that will change your life is here for you. I agree with you. However, in a fully developed market, any cryptos with such a long-term sustainability will become monotonous. With that said, XRP has our full support. This is a great place to have fun with crypto in particular. In general, the market in the decades to come will not be like this. In fact, it might be even duller if current trends continue. That being said, if XRP does in fact have long-term viability, and I believe it will, then the volatility will eventually be as diminished as that of precious metals. In other words, it will not be exciting. At that point, it was obvious that it would be successful. Looking back, it's quite a bit. Yeah. However, our being here demonstrates that success comes from being ahead of the curve before anyone else notices. In our opinion, we are correct. And now all we can do is wait for the passage of time to confirm it. Additionally, I believe that to be the outcome. Your headline for today is this: The value of XRP in cryptocurrency investment goods surges 3,000%. The most recent weekly fund flows report from CoinShares shows that XRP has experienced an astounding 300% rise. There has been a dramatic change in the cryptocurrency investing scene, with XRP standing out among the pack, despite a $126 million net loss from digital asset investment products. XRP-centric cars have defied expectations, raking in an unprecedented $300,000 in 7 days. The incredible 300% increase from last week is a clear indication of the increased interest among investors in XRP-related financial instruments. Since the start of the year, cumulative investments into these products have reached $11 million. XRP has surpassed cryptocurrencies like Solana and Cardinal to establish itself as a prominent contender. Institutional love of money, or institutional money, is what we're discussing here, and I thought it was important to point that out. In this report, we are referring to these flows specifically. I think that's everything. You can say what you want about the sentiment among the average retail speculator. Could you please provide an explanation for this? In my opinion, the market moves at a dizzying pace, with the usual naive retail speculator at one end and the sensible, sophisticated money at the other, including many institutional investors and whales. And isn't it ironic how often the reverse is true in terms of behavior and attitude? That should tell you something, right? In my opinion, that's a yes. This is something that chart analyst Bobby posted on April 13th. What followed was, I assume, the worst of the accident that day. He also mentioned XRP BTC in the meantime. On the screen, you can see the XRP BTC chart. Join forces. Do with this information what you will. The bad news is at the bottom and the good news is at the top, he continues. Is this the best or worst news ever for XRP, people? In spite of the fact that this is, in general, terrible news, I'm going to tell you some good things anyway. I simply wanted to share a handful of stories with you that had nice headlines. What does the XRP community think, though? My bad. I'll just hit publish. In the opinion of the majority, it is beneficial. However, if you go on social media, it will appear as though there is nothing but negativity. People that are upset tend to be the most vocal, so it will appear as though everything is completely out of control. In all candor, I can honestly say that it was the worst thing I've ever seen. It's literally there. Perhaps it's comparable to previous significant declines. At the price point, you can make that case. Perhaps it's around the same, it doesn't matter. At that point, it's just a matter of opinion. The main idea is that this is the precursor to a significant upswing. At last, the time has come. Well, that concludes our video. Like and subscribe as usual, and feel free to leave a comment with your opinions. Muchas gracias, depart.